I'm sorry, I know I do a lot of these in my car. The main reason is because if I stop anywhere, because they have a tracker on my car, they have a tracker on my phone. So basically, everywhere I go, they'll send somebody there, and they have these devices, and sorry for the cat scratch on my lip. They have these devices on their phones that if they get close enough to you, they can actually tap into your phone. And I didn't know this. And so, a lot of times I have to do these from my car because I don't want my phones to get hacked into, my 10 phones that I have. The one thing I want to talk about is because I know that this is going on in so many women's lives, some men. I feel like they pick women because women are more, well, they look at us as we break down very easily, which we do because of society, you know, but a lot of it is too where they know that we'll do anything for our children. Like, I don't think that men are as, I mean, I hate to say it because men probably will do a lot for their families, but to fight, to scream tooth and nail and just, you know, and literally will die without their children. These people know that. So they're easier to prove unstable. But basically the narrative, what they did to me and what a lot of these trafficking rings do is they'll behind the scenes start to target you and start to make you look delusional and get your, you know, I've talked about this, your family's involved, but with the court system, the one thing I'm going to say, just to be a fighter, like the court system, you know, when I was married to my ex, it was fine and great at first. And the man was like a very nice person, very giving person, right? But then it was sort of like, I don't know if he ended up later signing on to the secret society that involves a lot of judges and police officers and corrupt officials, to where he suddenly started to feel like he had this power. And he would bully me. He still continues to bully me. And he would do things like, so there was, when it started to the point where I started to question, like, wait a minute, I think I'm supposed to be getting more in alimony. And then I found out that he had gotten a new job and lied about it. And on our decree, it says that you have to always update each other with new employment, and then so that income can be updated, you know, for both of us. And that we have to provide statements, you know, every year by the certain date or whatever of new income or new money. And over time, I started hearing that my ex was working with my aunt Nancy Ostrom and family, who had stolen my inheritance that was left to me. I think I was about 18, possibly sooner. And it was millions of dollars, and they were spending it, and I had no idea. And somehow they got my ex involved in it. And he was benefiting from this inheritance. And on top of it, so he was getting all this money. And I started noticing too, like, just all these trips, and he's a very frugal person. He's always done well financially. He just can never keep money. It's always just been an issue with him. So he basically, you know, I started noticing just all these trips, Lainey's clothes and everything we're getting, you know, he never would buy Lainey anything unless he had to. And so just his clothes, his cars. And then I found out he got a new job, you know, and didn't tell me. And so I addressed it with him, and it was like he refused to backdate it. So, you know, I went into the court and I just said, hey, you know, I would like backdated as per our decree. It says we're supposed to give each other a heads up on our income increases, all this stuff, so it can be adjusted. And he didn't do this, and I just found out, can I have it backdated? And I requested also, can I get copies of his statements, because I feel like there's other income based on his living situation, you know? Like, he was even able to buy a house, and it showed on record, and he was able to, like a $400 and something thousand house, he was able to pay almost like $300,000 of it off in a year. So where's that coming from, right? So I requested this, and every time I file with this court, anything, it gets denied or not even responded to, and then his is immediately responded to, and like basically saying, yes, And like he requested, she shouldn't have to see my statements. I've showed her my tax returns, and it's like, well, when you're taking money from someone's inheritance, I doubt you're reporting that to the IRS. Do you know what I mean? And so, you know, I've given her my IRS statements and all this stuff. And so then, of course, the court denies me. And so then, basically behind the scenes, they were spreading all these rumors about me, using my daughter in basically just getting me to the point where clients were leaving me, friends were leaving me. If anyone was staying in my life, they were staying in my life to sabotage me or to give them reports on what I'm doing and all this stuff. So, it started to be like that where, you know, and then I would have friends. My ex would say, oh, friends of her have called and said she's sending out delusional texts. There was a text that was sent out that was really long, and it was like, it was very erratic. It was kind of my situation, but it was just more like crazy sounding. And all the people on my contact phone, they must have sent it from my phone. So then, of course, they instead of coming to me and saying, you know, oh my God, Amy, are you okay? Is everything okay? Like, we got this text saying that you're being trafficked and all this stuff. You know, no one did. There was like one friend, and I was like, oh, my phone's hacked. You know, I didn't think anything of it. Well, then I get requested to go into court where my ex is asking for a wellness done on me because of this crazy text. But he never asked me. And this is when things just started getting to me where I'm like, this man's involved in something against me. So this is what's hard with these trafficking rings is the courthouse will be involved. The CPS will be involved. I'm going to say any and everyone in CPS is involved because they make so much money off of just a kid. And so basically all of CPS is involved. And if you ever have issues with CPS, there's the guy on TikTok. It's at Malibu Dallas. He knows all the rules, laws, and regulations of CPS. And if you ever have, you know, been blindsided by CPS or anything, go to him and he will literally give you a report and you can take it to court and prove that they did everything illegal. I've heard so many rave reviews about him. I'm actually going to use him. He's also been trafficked. So basically these police officers involved, everything's involved, right? And so I was just running against the wind, like just literally just, and you know, and they were using the fact that I was running around trying to get help with my child, going to, you know, trafficking centers, crisis centers, all this stuff, trying to call for therapy, trying to call the police, like all this stuff. They took that of being a worried mother and flipped it on me and said that I was delusional and crazy and I'm having like psychotic episodes. And basically, it's like, what do you do? You know, and I've always heard this happens in small towns, but like the city of Denver, and this is a lot of people. And I heard my inheritance is millions of dollars. So apparently they have a lot of money to pay these people off. So it's like, what do? Do you keep fighting when you know, like, everywhere you go, every single person, they're following you and they see you talk to, they immediately pay that person off to not help you. And they'll paint you as delusional. So then you have another person on the slander train that are against you. And so it's like, you know, even one of these women that were telling me the stuff that's going on with my daughter anonymously, you know, this one woman said, you know, I know this is hard as a mother, but you know you're not going to win. She was like, you're not going to win. She's like, your safe bet is to try and get out of here and try to save yourself. And she's like, because these people will take you out. And I'm just like, I know, but like, how am I going to live my life without her? You know? And especially, you know, she was saying if they have her turned against you, like what I'm hearing is that basically this government guy got her pregnant. And I think he was maybe set up. I think it's a possibility he was, or he did it. I heard he's sort of a pedophile. But I'm hearing that basically they roped him in, and now they're like blackmailing him with a video that maybe they took of him and her. And so now he's in this relationship stuck with her because she's blackmailing him. And they have my daughter thinking that, you know, because this man is going to be the father of her baby, that he should basically be, they basically want him and keep him within the family to basically, because of his money. And this was all my daughter's grandmother, Margaret Heil. This is what she wanted. You know, she wanted the money. She wanted me out so bad, and just doing this to me and taking my daughter and having her own sons molest my daughter and then traffic her. This is an evil 80-something-year-old woman. I mean, when I say evil, I mean to the core evil. And she set this man up with her granddaughter, got her pregnant, had it filmed, and basically now he's stuck, and he's a pedophile. And I'm exposing him because I'm like, I don't care. You shouldn't have done it anyway, buddy. You know, I'm exposing every single person that has done this to me. And so, what do? Do you leave the state? Like, am I ever going to get over this? Is it worth it for me to keep going, knowing this is happening to her? You know? So I've been kind of fighting it, but I'm trying something new. And I'm putting my faith in God, in the universe, Holy Spirit, the divine path, everything. I'm trying hard because I have such major control issues, but I'm going to just put my faith in the divine, and I'm just going to say this was all going to, whatever has happened was somehow meant to happen to where maybe I'm supposed to face inner child wounds of my own. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to let go and stop fighting, because then I would be my mom. My mom would never have fought for me, ever. So what do you do when your daughter's involved and you don't know if she hates you and if she's willing to throw you under the bus and put you in prison? Do you still fight for her? Like, they won't even let me talk to her, so I don't know. You know? So I'm just putting my faith in the divine. I'm putting my faith in everything. It's really hard. I go in and out on days to where I take back control, and then I'll like stop, and then I'll like put my faith and have trust and just not be fearful, because I don't want to manifest the worst thing, right? I feel like they're still attacking me with witchcraft. How you feel it? You feel really tired at times. You feel hopeless. You feel lost. They're attacking my eyes. They make them really swollen, so they're just almost closed. They know I'm talking on these platforms, and they want me to shut up. And it's just like, I'm not going to shut up. What do I have to lose now? You took my daughter. She's the only person in my life. You took my family, my friends, everybody. Wrong person, right? So I just keep fighting, you know? I just try to stay positive. I need to understand the lesson in this, and I'm trying to figure it out. I watched a video last night I feel sent from Spirit, that was kind of telling me that, you know, basically like, you're going to have an opportunity to stand up for yourself, and you need to speak your truth, because you need to be that mother that wasn't that mother to you. You need to be that mom. And when she was talking, I just felt like that was me, a message to me. So I'm gonna keep fighting. I don't care if they unalive me, you know. At least I'll know I fought hard. Even if it's not even like it's for her, but it's for my rights too, that were so taken away and brutalized, and I was slandered, and I mean, thousands of people thought all these things about me. They have put things everywhere about me, and I'm hearing that that's kind of to their demise eventually, is that people are going to start going, wait a minute, like, why do you keep talking about her after all these years, you know? 2019. Like, why are you still talking about this? You know, leave her alone. I don't know. I don't know what people are saying. I don't care anymore. I'm praying for me to get a second chance with my daughter, to make it right, and to learn what I learned from this, and being without her, to be a better mother and a better person, inside and out. That's my wish. And that's gonna happen. I know it is.